just a quick review of the grip and finger strength trainers. Basically, you get 3 pieces of equipment, and they come in 3 different colors. Now let me explain. Each color has a different amount of resistance. So for instance, the red is the heavy one. That gives you roughly 11 pounds of resistance. The black is the one there that's not quite as bad. It's kind of in the middle, gives you 7 pounds. And the easy one is the yellow one. They still have the light one. That gives you about 3 pounds of resistance. So there's a couple things I really like about this set. Basically, number one, you have the progressive resistance. Okay, so if you start out, with this one here, and you can do it, let's say 20 times. Okay. General rule of thumb, by the way, if you can do more than 20 repetitions of an exercise, you're probably building more muscular endurance as opposed to muscular strength. So you're really not going to get too much stronger after 20 reps. That has to do with the metabolism of the muscle. It becomes more of an aerobic activity as opposed to an anaerobic activity, which is strength training. So any more than 20 reps, you need to increase the resistance. Hey, that's great. Do this 20 times, move up to the other one. And here's the thing. Let's say if you could do this, let's say you can lift a 2-pound weight and you lift it 10 times, okay? And next week, okay, I'm going to stay in shape. I'm going to lift that 2-pound weight 10 times. And then the next week, I'm going to lift it 2 pounds 10 times. You're not going to get any stronger at all, because your muscle says, hey, I can already lift that 2-pound weight 10 times. Nobody's asking me to get any stronger. I don't have any reason to lay down more muscle fiber, get any bigger, It's because I can already meet the demand. So what you do is you have to challenge the muscle to make it stronger. And that's what I really like about this. This is progressive resistance. So you start here, you can do that 20 times, or hey, let's say if you just want to do it for like 2 minutes. Do this one for 2 minutes, work up to this one. Probably when you start doing that one, it's harder. So you can't do it for a full 2 minutes, or you can't do it 20 times. Then you start over again, work yourself up to a couple minutes or 20 repetitions. When you can do that, you still want to get stronger, move up to the heavy one. So that's progressive resistance. That's the best way to get stronger. The second thing I really like about this set is that they're individual for each finger. So it's not like one finger can do all the work, because if this one moves, this is only going to go down. But hey, the other ones, this is not going to move at all if they're not going to be strong enough to move it. So here again, I like the individual strengthening. So that way each finger gets strong and no one finger carries the load for it. So yeah, really good set. Now, I want to bring up another resource that you might not know about. Treat Your Own Hand and Thumb Osteoarthritis. There aren't that many good hand and thumb arthritis books out there. This is one of the better ones. So I want to just go through just a couple real things quick. Starts out with like anatomy, which is basic stuff. So you know how your hand works and everything. Getting rid of that stiffness, okay? Shows you like how to make a homemade hot pack. Heat feels good, nothing new there. But hey, range of motion exercises. Why are range of motion exercises so important? Because basically, a lot of people don't know this, but the joints in your fingers are called synovial joints, and they have synovial fluid. That's how they get their nutrition, okay? And how does the synovial fluid get around to the whole surface of the joint? With moving, if you take your finger through the whole range of motion, you spread that synovial fluid around, and so the joint gets its nutrition depending upon that. If you have pain and you don't hardly move your hand, the articular cartilage doesn't get as much nutrition as it should, so you start to have more problems there. That's why range of motion exercises are so important and work so well when you have hand arthritis. They just get that synovial fluid all around. So here's just some simple ones. This whole program takes you less than 10 minutes a day, which is really concise. You don't need any special equipment. So there's a range of motion exercises. Making your hands stronger. We talked a little bit about that with the gripper set. That's really good. Other things you can do with a light dumbbell to strengthen your fingers, and picking up things. Shows you how to do that with the dumbbell as well. Here's something you might not know about. Okay, so if you have thumb arthritis, base of the thumb arthritis, which is really common as people get older, especially in females, there's one muscle in particular you really need to strengthen. There's a couple of them. This book goes over one of them, called your abductor pollicis longus. Now you see that muscle goes all the way to the base of your thumb. Now when you have arthritis, the articular cartilage kind of gets worn away, and then the joint gets kind of unstable and you get excessive motion. And in the later stages of the base of the thumb arthritis, you actually get a deformity where the whole joint kind of collapses because of this excessive motion. You can control that extra motion by strengthening your abductor pollicis longus. Here again, it'll show you how to do that using rubber bands with progressive resistance. There's actually a lot you can do. This is something worth checking out if you have hand and thumb osteoarthritis. But hey, if you're looking to get started, you want something simple to do, I think this is a great set, so definitely check it out.